What's up, y'all? It's JPTV 3000. Hey, man, that's how I open it up, bro. I can't help that, man.
Oh, that's okay.
This is Jeff, really cool guy, super awesome. Been trying to get an interview with him for the longest. I was gonna do it back when we worked at Creek, but I was like, well, this is a temp job, man. I don't know how this is gonna turn out and stuff. But Jeff has been in the game up here a long time. He has a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, and I kind of wanted to give, y'all an opportunity to meet somebody who I know who's a go-getter. He's focused, he's determined, and he's out here to get what he can get, while he can get it, as long as he can get it, the best way that he can get it. And without further ado, I'll let Jeff tell y'all who he is and where he's from and what what brought him to North Dakota.
I am Jeff Pendleton. Like I said, we met each other working through Creek Oilfield Services. Good company, a lot of hours, good pay.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had stayed there, but
Been up here for a few years. Actually, came up here on a whim. I just came from overseas and just was bored and saw a little ad in the paper about a strip club, unfortunately, and that would end up bringing me up here. I got up here, and I tell you what, I've been coming up here for going on 5 years now. I mean, every year I come up here, it's a great success. If you are a hard worker, a go-getter, if you're very diligent, you're going to stay busy.
Yeah.
With the downturn in the oilfield business here, it's still a lot of work. People forget that there's oilfield services, there's construction, and there's a lot of other different type of businesses that are growing in this region. This is just in the Williston area.
Yeah.
You have Williston, you have Watford, you have Tioga, you have Ray, you have Stanley, Dickinson. All of these places is growing, and right now it's not going to slow up. Now, you've probably heard about a lot of the layoffs, of course. Now, here's the thing. If you are a one-trick pony, and what I mean by that is if you just only want to stick to one job, of course you're going to kind of screw yourself. You have to be flexible because you never know what you're going to be doing. You never know who you're going to meet. It's the opportunity is here. I've met wonderful people from all over. In my past career, I've done the international thing. I've worked with all different type of people. Same thing up here. You have Jamaicans, Africans, people from Western Europe. You have a lot of, the Asian community is growing. It's basically just opportunity. If you need a fresh start, if you want to just try something out different. Now, as far as living up here, yes, it will probably, it takes time to get used to it. We have a saying up here in North Dakota, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it's going to change.
Yeah, serious. That's serious.
The winters can be very crucial, but a lot of people do tend to leave, especially between the latter part of October, early November. There's pretty much a mass exodus, but since the population has grown, you have a lot more people that's probably going to end up staying up here. How long? Not really sure. But there is quite a few people that are settling down. Now, Williston has kind of slowed up a tad bit, but if you go, there's Watford about 50 miles from here.
Yeah, because you got Alexander's still picking
Honor Guard.
up. Yeah, that's what I mean. Honor Guard, Watford City, Tioga, because they're doing the pipeline out there.
Yep. So. But Watford, they're positioning themselves to be better than Williston because over the past 3-4 years, the growth has been phenomenal. I mean, it went from only having 3 or 4 police officers to now currently they have about 30 police officers, and it's only getting bigger. Now, some of the down things about up here, of course, shopping is very limited. Williston area, you really only have Walmart, JCPenney. Menards just opened.
Yeah. I have not been in that JCPenney yet.
It's just put it like this. It's not that much, but you can always order stuff. They do have it downstairs. I just discovered they have a downstairs shopping area. The restaurants, it's grown significantly as well as far as the different type of foods. It went from when I first came up here, the McDonald's, Subway, Domino's Pizza, pretty much all your eateries closed at 9 o'clock. So when we tend to work late, we didn't have a chance to actually go in and get like fast food. So we would have to probably go to Walmart, which is 24/7, or cash wise. But you really don't want to worry about cooking after doing 12, 13, 14, 15 hours.
Exactly.
You just don't want to. But they start to stay open a little later. Now you have Fuddruckers, you have Outlaws, you have Smiley Moose, Qdoba. It's growing. I mean, it's fun. It's exciting because I've lived in places where you've seen the growth, like out in Arizona, parts of California, Detroit. This is one of the few places where when you come up here, you will see growth. And if you have an open mind, like I said earlier, you have a great work ethic, you refuse to be lazy, you can be successful and make decent money still. I mean, it's one of the few places where a certain job a certain place, I'm not going to say the name, but you can work half a year and make $65,000-$70,000. I mean, the perks outweigh a lot of the cons.
And the place he's talking about, I'm considering myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So
a lot of it, a lot of jobs that pay well are more you tend to get dirty, more labor, not labor, but you're out in the field. I never have been a type of person to want to work. Well, I worked in the office setting for a long time prior to coming up here, and although it paid well, I really like doing this with my hands because it keeps me fit. It keeps me, the scenery changes, and it's enjoyable. I mean, sometimes you get tired. You're tired. Sometimes you're aching, but at the end of the day, at the end of the week, when you look at your bank statements, it really does pay off. So,
yeah.
For anybody that's thinking about coming up here, I would encourage them too, because people are always coming and going. It's not for the faint-hearted. Another big thing that has changed when I first came up here, the ratio of women to men was like for every woman, it was for 84 guys. Now I've noticed a very big jump in the population of women. I mean, good-looking women too, because a few years ago it was. I mean, you just didn't see it. And I've seen more women working out in the fields, working on the roads, driving trucks, or doing a lot, actually engaging in a lot of different companies. So for you women, if you think that it's just dominated by males, no, it's...
If you come out here and work, you can get in it too. Just come out here and work. And since you said that, kind of talk about the mentality that they need to have when they come up here, because I was referring to women. No, as far as
people in general.
Yeah, like people in general, because they want to bring the best them that they can bring. It's kind of like you said, some people want a fresh start. Mm-hmm. If you're going to come up here and start fresh, you need to start completely fresh with the best you and everything that you have that you can offer.
A proper attitude. Now versus a few years ago when I first came up here, literally, and it was a success story for me from day one when I got here, because I got a job, the first job offer, the very first. I got here on a Saturday afternoon. I met my then boss. Within a few hours later, that Monday I was working a full-time, great-paying job, company vehicle. And then having a solid background, resume, college graduate, coming from a different career, it really did make a difference. What I'm saying is, you had, back then, 4 or 5 years ago, you literally could come here on a bus, train, automobile, and have a full-time job the very next day, depending on what you're doing, what you were doing. And I've seen it. I experienced it. It's like, it's not like that now, but it's more of, like Jerry said, bring the best you. If you are a people person, if you can communicate well, and once again, you have a great work ethic, or you are willing to learn, the doors are open. And, everything is not perfect, true, but what's perfect in life,
Yeah.
You can't, a few things. One, it's better to come up here to apply for jobs rather than to sit back on your computer and upload a resume or fill out an application.
Yeah.
All my jobs that's been offered to me or I've worked, it's just not word of mouth, but actually talk with the people who are going through a temporary job working, and people that see, hey, this is a great guy, he gets along with everybody. Because if you come up here with an attitude of easy money, quick money, or just getting over people, you will not last. This society up here has civilized a lot since I've been up here, coming up here. But it still is the land of roughnecks. It's in the Bakken region. I mean,
Yeah.
in this area, this climate, this is some of the roughest terrain. This is some of the worst type of weather. I mean, you can engage in. I mean, it can go from 30 degrees to negative 30 degrees within 30 minutes. Seen it, I mean, it's been so cold where literally you can spray water in the air and you will see it ice up. I mean, it's, for those that are considering working out on the rigs or working out during the cold weather, it's not for the faint heart, once again. But bottom line is, of course, you want to, like anywhere, you want to have some type of resume. But this is what a person is going to do with your resume.
Hold on. Wait. Before you do that, we're gonna pause this for a minute. We're gonna come back with a part 2 of this. Hold on.